change.
Hey there, you guys. My name is Aaliyah Divine Taylor, and this is my YouTube channel. So, guys, today is Sunday, August 5th, 2021, and it is what it's called Spiritual Sunday. So, on today, I was thinking about doing a tarot read for you guys, and I will later. But right now, something just came to me about like giving you guys some sort of message, and I'm not sure where this message came from. I bet it's heaven sent. I know that for much. God must have put some of mine to send to you guys. But the message that came to my mind was make that change. It's been on my mind for a cool minute. And I think I really do believe I know why. Because I feel like nowadays in people's lives, we as people just get comfortable with just being okay to things that aren't like, satisfying us. Like for example, and we know there's something wrong going on. There's some sort of injustice. Like there's someone who doesn't like who clocks in for work, but they don't actually actually work. They sit around or mess around or jerk off around in the car playing video games or whatever. They don't do their jobs, but everyone knows this, but yet they're just okay with it. Or like in a relationship, like how you're not happy in a relationship, but you're okay with just being not okay. Or just even if if, for example, in a living situation, like when you're saying you're not where you want to be at, or this isn't the place where you feel like this doesn't feel like home, like this doesn't feel right, but yet you're just still sticking in it for some reason. Like you're not doing anything to change the situation, and that to me, that's by definition insanity. Insanity is when you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. It's like how is something going to be different? You don't ever change, or if you guys don't ever make a change. Because a lot of people they think like this. Okay, well they see something wrong, right? And they'll think, okay, well what's me speaking up about it going to do? Well, if that's what your response for everything, of course nothing's ever going to change. But first, it has to be a mindset thing. So you got to realize who you are and know that you are somebody. And know that your voice does matter and your opinions matter. Everything about you matters. Your place where you live at matters. Your job where you work at matters. It's all having to do with you, and you matter. So let's throw that out there. You do matter, and how you feel matters. Which is why this, whatever it is that has you being okay to not like, it's okay to not be okay, just being placent, like kind of just being what's the word? But I can't think of it right now.
No, it does not.
Not distant. But the point thing is like it's just okay if you just be the exact word it escapes me right now. It'll probably come back to me later. But just okay to just be okay when you could be like have a lot more is what I'm saying. Like say like you are this place that this home that isn't the best home, but you're just okay with just having something. It's like why don't you go for better or plan for better? Or like if you do have this job that isn't the best job because say like the corporate stock or maybe this isn't where you want to be at all your life, why don't you make the necessary steps to get to that next goal or that next like area of your life or something? Like why are you just okay with being just okay when you can be great? When you have all the capabilities in you, you already have the ambition, you have the mind to go for it. You already have all the tools you need in order to go for whatever is that next step you're ready for. For some reason, you're okay with just being. So today's message is just make that change. And I'm not saying like just like say if you want to like move, you're like okay, well I'm picking up and moving out right now. Well, that's not what I mean. I don't mean like literally go move or quit your job immediately, but it's like take the necessary steps to get to where you want to go. And I said, and Rome wasn't built in a day. So say if you want to go for some big fan time like fancy house or this nice job that pays like I don't know like $30 an hour, and it's like your dream job, because you actually get to make a difference in the world or whatever. You know, take the necessary steps to get there. If you have to have like say like you have to have a certain like expertise in this thing, well, okay, well learn that thing. So therefore, when you can get that job, or say if you are saving up so you can get to that place, well then do that then. But just spending your money on all this reckless stuff that you don't need, like you guys need to plan accordingly so y'all can make that change that can better your circumstances so you don't have to be in a situation where it's less than favorable. That's what I'll say right now. It's just less than favorable. I can't think of that deep word. It escapes me. That word perfectly describes like what I'm trying to say. not discernment. It'll come back to me. But you guys gotta make a change for you. You gotta want better for yourself. Quit being okay with working this low income job or this job that you're not satisfied at. Quit being just okay with just being in a place that doesn't it's not helping you, or being surrounded with people who you don't like their opinions are it doesn't do anything for you. And you're just kind of you're literally just there every day. It's what you feel like. You're just like, oh, I'm here again. And every day just kind of feels like the same day, like, oh, it's just here we go again. Because I know some people who do feel that way. And today, I just feel like the message is make the change. It gotta start within you. You gotta want it for yourself. You gotta realize that, hey, your opinion matters. The stuff that you want for your goals, your ambition, and your drives, everything about you matters because you matter. You can reach those goals. Whatever it is for you, you can do it. There's nothing to it. Rescue pad. Gotta remember rescue. Ah, rescate. Go, Diego, go. Oh no, that was a show. But you gotta make the change. Because if you don't, who will? That's something you really gotta ask yourself. Say there is this one person who just makes things worse, and everyone's okay with it. Well then, why don't y'all make the change? Since everyone is tired of the individual not picking up their slack and work, and everyone has to do it for them. It's like why don't anyone speak up about it? It's I wish I could think of the word. Like that's that. If I said a word, it would fit perfectly right now. But I can't think of it. It's like everyone's just so content with being okay, and you just gotta make the change. And it's not that hard. It all starts within you, with you wanting it, and then just take the necessary steps it is to get it. Be patient with yourself, because it's probably not going to be the most easiest road. Because change, let's be real, change is not easy, not always, and sometimes it's not even pleasant. But the end goal is always worth it. Because when you look back over when you had the change, it's like you're so much more grateful that when you had the change, because you didn't realize how much you needed it until you went through it. Because while you're going through it, you were like, oh, I don't know why this is going on. It's like having the going being in the midst of a storm type of thing. How sometimes it just feels like, oh, your whole world's falling apart. But it won't be until afterwards you look back, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was even tripping about that old thing. Like that silly old thing. That's a thing of the past. And you're over here laughing about it with whoever you have. Maybe with your new friends, your new job, or your new house with your new roommates, or your family, or whatever the case may be. But it's like that thing that you were were so worried about, or that thing that had you so bothered, or whatever that thing was, it'll seem like such a thing of the past to you because you're so past it now. And the only way you gotta get past it is if you make the change. And maybe it's not even a physical change. Maybe it's just a change within yourself. But it's gotta start in you, for you, because you want it. Ugh, you gotta make the change. If you don't change, if you don't make that change, things are just gonna get worse. And how bad does it usually have to get for you to finally get to that point where you want it, or you want to change? How bad does something have to get for you to be like, okay, well now I'm ready to finally do something different? How bad does it have to get? And some people will wait until say how that's usually the captain goes down with the ship. Well, it's like, okay, so how long is the captain gonna wait here? Because the ship's sinking, all the crewmates left, and all this stuff, and you got lifeboats and life rafts over here, and you could have been had exits, but you decided to stay on the ship, and the ship ain't even serving you any purpose at this point. So why are you going down with it? Especially when you ain't got to. I don't know, that's just kind of like how I view it. Like, why would you go down when you ain't got to? I know I'm still trying to think of that word, 'cause I literally just used it the other day. I don't know why discernment keeps coming up in my head. I don't know what that means right now at the moment, but it was some D word. Pamela used the word the other day and I forget it. I'm looking it up right now because it bothers me because I literally just used that for like whatever that word was the other day. So like, how am I? There's not even anything over here. Why are they attracted to me? It's these flies. I mean, I know I'm a dime, but I mean, keep your paws off me. I don't know why, but like discontent or like discernment for some reason keeps popping up into my head. All right, but anyways, what I'm getting at here though is like, it's like what my dad always told me. You see a problem, like if you see that there's a problem there, fix it. Because if you know better, then why won't you do better? You know? What sense does it make to like to know that you should do something but you're still not doing it? What good is that doing you? And that's what I'm getting at with here. Like if you guys know that this is wrong or something is wrong, or it feels wrong within yourself, then fix it. You're an adult. Or I'm not sure if there's kids watching my channel, but your parents teach you right from wrong. Either way, it's like y'all feel it within yourselves, because God gave us all free will, as well as a mind for us to use and think so we can know right from wrong. Now you know dang right what is right and what's wrong. Say if there's like you walk in the kitchen and see some spilt Sunny D on the countertop. Dang well you should fix it. You shouldn't ask whose is it or this and that and the other. And I mean, of course, all that could matter to some people, but it's like at the end of the day, just clean it up because it'll still be a messy countertop if no one does. Because what if no one does fix it and then it's there the next day and now you got roaches and on your countertop? It's like okay, so now all of us got to deal with roaches because why? Because no one want to clean up the mess. It's kind of like that. Because if you see something's wrong, if there's like a mess made, and I use the physical mess, it could be maybe a mess at your job, or just maybe someone's made a mess of things, like like spiritually or mentally or some sort, because all situations for different things of how you can make a mess, maybe within yourself, maybe in your career field, maybe with friends, or maybe at a job, or maybe in a literal mess. But either way, if you do, or if you see a mess, fix it. It's not called to action. When you see things are not right, be that light, that guide for people. Because maybe somebody was in a rush. You don't know. It's like you never know what someone is going through, right? So in that case, it's like, well, why not just take the initiative or the incentive to just go and help someone? Because you never know, and maybe they didn't know, or maybe they did know. We'll get to that later, but that's not the point. It's like, just be that helping hand, because at the end of the day, aren't we all like brothers and sisters in God's eyes, so to speak? Shouldn't we all care for one another? What that looks like is, I said, if you do see someone who needs some help, help them. Shoot, if you can, like, say like someone doesn't know how to do something, show them how to do it. It's like what I was being taught at church today. Whatever you're very good at, we all have different things that we're really great at, because God blesses us because we're all a part of the same, one circle of life. All of us, we're all connected. Well, each one of us gets blessed with different things because that's just how God has it all set up. So say if you're a good teacher, well then do that. Be a great teacher. Teach teach to all. Teach to the best of your ability. Whatever you do, do it well. And don't do it well by like your own self-righteous standards or by like someone else's standards. Do right by just like if you're a teacher, then teach. Don't stop teaching because oh well so and so made me feel some type of way or oh well they said something that hurt my feelings or no, God didn't ask you to do all that. Shoot, I say God, that's whatever you believe in. You know what I mean? Because no matter what religion or non-religion you believe in, even if you just believe in like treat others the way you want to be treated. Well, say if you needed help, wouldn't you want someone to help you? You know, that's why sometimes I get like you said, like it seems like I'm coming at y'all like kind of crazy when I'm saying it, but it's like I get compassionate about that because how can you see someone who needs help and just be like, no, I don't see them. Woohoo! Like it's like how can you be like that? I feel like it's just evil to see someone and just be like, I don't see anything. Hmm. Who? And they're like right in front of you. Because God didn't tell like we're not here to judge one another. That's like that's why I feel like a lot of people get so lost. Because some people feel like like they're the judge, jury, and executioner. But it's not like that. It's just not. That's not how God had things set up. And I say God once again, but it's whatever you believe in. That's not how things are just set up. Ever. Because we've all made mistakes. Not one of us is perfect. We have all said or done something wrong within our lives. So who are we to say like, oh, well, this should happen to you because da 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 da. It's like, ain't no one asked you to judge nobody. You are not the judge. That is not what you are called to do. What you're called to do at this moment, what God had you here to do. And first, I say, like I said, like if you do see someone and yeah, you got the keys to whatever they need. So maybe they have say like they're making a dish and they have an ingredient and you have it, plenty of it, but you don't want to give it to them. I mean, you're not wrong for saying no if you don't want to give it to them, but it's like, wouldn't you help them if you have like say like they need only like 2 eggs, you have like 100. You're not gonna give them the two. I mean, would it really like just like oh let's just throw off your whole day if you don't give them like 2 eggs? Like it's like if you can be a helping hand to someone. I mean, why don't you? Because when you want someone to be a helping hand to you when you needed it, and like I said, I use food for example, but it could be with anything. Maybe it could be with knowledge. Maybe someone doesn't just have the answer to whatever it is that they need to know in their life when it comes to like maybe love or to some job or to work. And it's like, somehow God gives the answer in you or it's within you or something like that. But you'll never know if you don't ever help no one or talk to no one or, be that light for someone. You never know when you're going to need it for yourself. Because it's the circle of life. It's going to come back around. It's going to happen. You're going to need someone because that's how God has it set up. Not one person can stand alone. That's why God put us all on this one planet. That's why it's important for us to make that change. Because if you don't make it, who will? If you're not the one to show other people the way to the light, the truth, all that, it's like who's going to do it? If you don't teach people who are lost, who's going to teach them? And you're standing right in front of them, and you see that they need it, and you're not even going to help them. Now that's a shame. Maybe some people use their excuse like, well, oh, I ain't got enough money. Oh, well, I don't feel like I'm qualified. Or, they have all these excuses. Stop with all the excuses. The reason why this opportunity is presenting itself to you is because it's saying you are ready. And it's just ready for you to take that action. Maybe you don't have all the answers, but taking one step at a time because you don't know where this is going to lead. You don't know where your blessings come from. And that's with any religion. You don't know. Because God just have a weird way of blessing people. You don't know who it might come from. It might come from a source you never would have thought of. One time I'll never forget. One of my old well, I say coworkers who was an old friend of mine. His name was I think his name was Darian, but my little brother gave him the nickname Darwin. But he's such a like goofy guy who's always playful and or he was one of those like cool guys. He never like he always just says silly things. He never really think he's got like something like really like major to say, but he's still like talking because he's cool. One day he spat out some like random like wisdom to me, and I never would have thought. I forgot exactly what the message was, but it really blew my mind because it seemed so out of character for Darian. It did. I looked at him like, is this the same guy I knew? The same one who never took his job seriously, the same one who always like came in late and had like this like nonchalant, not caring attitude about too much anything, and just kept it so like playful and lighthearted, like kind of like a, not say hippie, but it was like it was like dang near to that effect, but probably a bit worse. It's the same one spitting wisdom at me about how to like. I think it was like some kind of information I needed to hear at the time. It's like God put it on his mind to bless me with. That's what I'm talking about. It's like you never know who it might come from. It might come from this homeless person who you have never seen before. God might bless this homeless person to bless you. And maybe it might not be in money, because once again, you can get blessed in more ways than one. For another example, one day I was begging God, because I needed some pants, because I needed to have it. I didn't have enough like pants. I was telling God, can you please give me some jean pants? Okay. We got some jean pants on right now, by the way. But I didn't have money to go get some jean pants, but I was wanting some. Well, I was helping out my one friend. Her name is Bonnie. I forget what I was doing. But I was just being there, talking to her, and just being a friend for her. And I forget how we got around to it, but she ended up like bringing me to her room, and she was giving me some old her old clothes, and lo and behold, she gave me like 4 or 3 pair of like of jeans she had, and they fit me. That's what I'm talking about. You just don't know, which is why it's important just to be there and just act when you're called upon to act, because that's how you get your blessings. So when praise go up, blessings come down. And if you don't believe me, then try it for yourself. But you won't ever know if you don't ever make that change. Shoot, how about, sorry, I'm trying to swap the flies away. Help out your brothers and sisters. And I don't mean just your blood brothers and sisters. Reminds me of my mom. She said whenever she gets a chance, she always try to help people. She just can't help it. She's just meant to help. That's what God called her to do, and that's what I feel like right now. I just want to help people. One of the things that I find so admirable that I didn't realize is how my mom was always helping people. And I realized, sorry, Miss Galias. I realized that's something I want to do. Whatever job I have, I want to help people too. I want to make a difference. I want to do something that's meaningful, that I'm proud of. I want to do it. I want to have a job where it's just like it doesn't be the most fancy job like a doctor. Listen, maybe I wanted to be a psychiatrist and just be there for people and talk to them about the situations and give them insight or just enlightenment or just listen to them if they need it. Or, maybe just flies. Shoot, or maybe, like I said, another thing I like to do is film. I like to record, which is why I do YouTube. I like to record myself sometimes, so I think maybe it might help someone else down the road. Because if they see someone like me doing this, I mean, maybe they could do it too. That's what I like people to think. If I can do it, then they can do it too. Because even though I might not always, I'm not sure if I show it, but I always try to show like, there's nothing that I can do that you can't do. What's stopping you guys? I mean, you probably won't be able to do something exactly the way I am doing it because I am me and you are you. But you have your own talent as well. That's not the point. Not the point of this speech, but I mean that is a valid point. It's like the thing I'm trying to do is I just want to be a helping hand. That's what I do. That's what I want to do. I just want to help people, like my mom does. Of course, I have to sustain my way of living, so I have to make sure I'm practical about it. So that's why sometimes I also do tarot too. Matter of fact, if I don't do tarot today and upload a video, probably today with this one, I'll be doing it probably before or real soon after. The reason why is because I know for a fact tarot works. The way I always view tarot is because some people view it as like, people might see it as oh, it's witchcraft. Oh, you're talking to demons and this, that, and the other. It's like that's not it. That's not it at all. Stop it. Do y'all even know what y'all talking about? Or are y'all just talking talking out your pie hole? Don't even know what you're talking about. You're just talking. Haven't even given it a chance. Haven't even given it a look. Yeah, I mean you're just speaking. Don't know what you're talking about. What you're speaking. Shoot, the way I always view tarot is like it's just God using me for whatever purpose that it is that He needs me to be used for, kind of like a medium. To use these cards to help enlighten someone else. That's always how I viewed it. Because at the end of the day, that's all I am. I'm not saying I can predict the future and bibbity boppity boot. That's not what tarot is. Tarot just, it gives you a bit of insight into your own situation. It's only what God allows me and whoever I'm with to see. It's fine. That's all it is. A way for me to help people. And it's not me getting into people's business. Because at the end of the day, I still don't know. Like, you guys are an HR reader. We don't know any of the details. We don't know any of your details. Unless you give us, let us do a personal read for you, it's pretty much this could, say if it's like a general read for, say, it's for, for when people do general reads, it's just for, a sign, for Geminis, like myself. It's like, okay, well, this could be any Gemini on the planet. And it can be multiple situations. It could be interpreted this way, or it can be interpreted this way, or it can even be someone who just has you in your energy, or it could be like I said, some other, just so many variations of it. It's there's no way for the one person to be like, okay, well, it's gotta be this one way. It's because even then things could change too, because everyone has free will, and it just gives you insight on what the situation is. But you have the ability to change whatever the destiny is. You have it because God gave us this ability. Destiny is your fine print. Take the pen and rewrite it. That's how I don't understand people who look at tarot as it's like this, witchcraft or bad thing. It doesn't even, first of all, it's not that. And it's actually, I use it as a tool to help people. But you won't know if you're very close-minded and not willing to listen. At the end of the day, the tarot reader don't even know what the hell you're even really going through. Sure, they might get a gist of it, but they don't know any of the details. They won't know, say if it's you're having financial problems. They're like, okay, well, I see you're waiting for something, but something didn't come. There's an offer that you were hoping to get, but you had to go away, and it had you stuck in your head about it. But now I think you're selling passes, even though you have all the answers. It's and it's it will apply to you. It'll make sense to you, but they don't know what that means to you. If you ever had a tarot reading or not, I'm just not sure or not. I'm getting carried away. One thing is, I kind of like to use myself as a vessel to help others, any aspect I can, and that's the way I make my change. Is maybe if I can be a light for someone else and help someone else, then that'll be enough for me. Because I know tarot works. People have come to me and told me by me doing their tarot reads, it's helped them out. So I know without a shadow of a doubt that it works. And I'll be damned before I let anyone try to tell me that my tarot is not a good thing. it can't be used for good, and that it's all this other stuff which they know nothing about. Shoot, they can keep talking, but they won't know what they're talking about. And that's how the exact same attitude you should have when you're going through whatever change you have. Because for me, tarot was new. And tarot, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have all the answers to. And I was scared to do it because I was worried about what other people might think. But that's the thing. If you are called to action, to be that leader, to be that guiding light for someone, you can't worry about the thing because they're in the dark. They don't see what God has allowed you to see. That's why God's letting you see it. That's why you better be called to that action. Because if you don't get called to that action, guess what? God can use someone else too. But he's calling on you. Will you act on it? Because this opportunity won't be here forever. Which goes back to make that change. Make that change. And be ready for it. Because everyone has a change in their life. But will you be ready? Well, that's all I got for you guys, though. Sorry if that was a bit preachy, but that's just what I had on my heart. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye, my superstars.